What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You might have noticed my troll face shirt, hashtag bring back dead memes. Today I'm going to be giving you my opinion on who are the top 5 upcoming NBA stars that will dominate the league in the future. Some honorable mentions: Andrew Wiggins. I can't get myself to put him on this list. So far, he's only shown us that he can score, not much else, isn't much of a passer, really isn't much of a defender, and can't rebound that well. I couldn't get myself to put Jabari Parker in this list either, just because he's injured so much, and even though he's a good player when healthy, if you're not healthy, you're not much of a use to your team. And lastly, for honorable mentions, is Nikola Jokic. He was this close to making it to the list, but I couldn't see myself putting him in front of the other guys that I'll be mentioning soon. Joel Embiid, if healthy, and that's key, has the potential to be the best player out of anybody on this list, but I just have him at number 5 because of his injury concerns, and his injuries are pretty damn concerning. I saw this video on why Joel Embiid gets injured so often. It was by a channel called By Any Means Basketball. Definitely, they make really nice content. They said that Joel Embiid's landing mechanics are off, and because of that, when he lands, he puts too much strain on his knees, and that's why he always hurts his knee. But Joel put up insane stats comparable to other top centers in the league, and he did that on minutes restrictions and in technically his rookie year. His per 36 minute stats were legendary, and speaking of legendary, he's pretty legendary on social media as well. At number 4, we have Kristaps Porzingis, and in my opinion, his strongest attribute is his shooting. Not necessarily because he is an insanely good shooter, even though he is, but because not only can you not block his shot, you can't even contest it. He's so tall, his reach, he's like a Dirk type player, but a bit more athletic, and that's pretty damn scary. I also noticed potential for him on the defensive end, which is really good to see, and I think put in the right situation, Porzingis can be a star in this league. And at number 3, we have Devin Booker. 70 points. 70 points. Devin Booker is a dead-eye scorer. He can flat out score the rock, put the ball in the basket, and I think he had the most game winners this season, so I already know boy has a clutch gene. My biggest problem with Devin Booker is his defense is disgusting. He sometimes literally just stops playing defense. And even when you carry a ton of offensive load for your team, you still have to play defense. He was one of the main reasons the Suns weren't a very good defensive team this year. In fact, one of the worst defensive teams this year. And one of the reasons they had to draft Josh Jackson, because they need somebody who can guard. At number 2, we have Karl Anthony Towns, and just the fact that he's on par with centers, or big men I should say, like Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins earns him a spot on this list by default. We all know that Cat is one of the most versatile players in the NBA. He can pass, shoot, score with a skill set that most NBA veterans don't have. I've seen many times where he scores off triple threat moves, crossovers, step backs. Sometimes he looks like a point guard, and then you realize that he's freaking 7 feet tall. He is in an optimal situation in Minnesota, and I'm really excited to see how he'll do alongside Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. And at number 1, as I'm sure you all guessed it, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is undoubtedly gonna be a star, like there's no question, and he might be the person to dethrone LeBron James in the Eastern Conference. You guys, don't sleep on Giannis. He not only has the physical attributes to dominate, but he also has finesse and skill to score around the basket. His biggest weakness is his 3-point shooting, which is kind of big, but I know he's gonna improve because I know Giannis puts in the work and he can kind of stroke it from mid-range, which is always a good sign of development when spreading onto the 3-point line. As for the team he's on, we all know the Bucks are an insanely good upcoming team. They just have the Rookie of the Year in Malcolm Brogdon, and they have the most improved player in Giannis Antetokounmpo, so they're their future is looking really bright and they might be the top team in the East just a couple years down the road. But their success really depends on the health of their players, and especially Jabari Parker. If he can come back healthy, then yeah, no doubt, Bucks are going to be at least a playoff team. But we also need to think about, will Chris Middleton become more than just a really good starter? And there are some other factors that go into that, but we already seen Giannis in the playoffs, and we know that he's damn scary. So I think Giannis is just the sky's the limit for him, and I'm really excited to see what he does in the NBA in the upcoming years. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Ever, Mr. West is in the building. Ain't no question who about to kill him.